Hey there, Rebus forever here. I should say in advance I got this game for free. It was given to me by the developer on the one condition I contained an itch.io link to their game in my video description. That's the sort of editorial control I can live with. And before my legions of commenters beat me to it, Rebus forever. Ha, I'm the first. And since when I was a kid I was a big fan of arcade cabinets that were very similar to this in game style, I thought I'd give it a go. Felt it might even be relevant for me to try and practice being critical in real time, which traditionally I kind of suck at. So the game is Centroid, and here we go. It should also be noted that I went into this thinking that the game was some way away from being released. Thus I thought it might be subject to some fairly substantial changes before it actually comes out. I've since seen that it's coming out in the next couple of days. I initially thought that this was going to be more of a sort of space shoot-em-up featuring, or at least eventually featuring spaceships more so than just rocks. But in terms of antagonists, this game does seem to be mostly borrowing from the asteroids ratio of baddies. Also found it slightly annoying that pressing B exits the run that you're playing at that moment, and there's no way of resuming after that, so you accidentally exit your game quite frequently if you so much as brush the B key. I've also seen no evidence of an audio menu. For me, one of my main ways of playing a game like this would have been with the sound effects on and the game music turned down, whilst listening to whatever I wanted to listen to. Maybe once this game is properly released, that will be an option, but in the version of the game I've played, that doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, ignore everything that I say about waiting for alien spaceships, because that's not this game. But aside from that, I'll hand you back to past me. Also, you know, I'm always doing this, but it's summertime in England and there are birds, so sorry for the sound of birds I can't drown out. Let's have a little look at this fella. So far I haven't found a way of playing it with a keyboard and mouse, which I'd kind of enjoy. Oh, hang on, let's have a look. Input. Okay, it does look like you can set up keyboard and mouse, so I'll have a look at that at some point. Probably not in this video. Wow, there is a seagull just going completely mental. All credit to you, seagull. I'm going to immortalise you. Anywho, let's play with the controller for now and see how I do. You've got some sounds. Let's stick it on medium for now, so there's some capacity to even think. So you get a procedurally generated planet, or one of a number. I'm not entirely sure. It's the sort of thing I should probably have worked out or researched beforehand. And you whiz around your planet in a fixed orbit. Or in orbits. There's nothing fixed about it. And you have to destroy all these baddies. At the moment, you can see the baddies are mostly taking the form of rocks. I'll move the mouse off to the side. It's a shame that's there. But it is. So far, I have only noticed just the one form of fire. You've got this attack. And, ooh, one of them. I press the shockwave button, I do a shockwave. It would be really, really good to have some various different power-ups that changed your weapons. It's one of the things I loved about all of the coin-op space shooter type games, was finding your favourite power-up and then hunting that power-up down every single time you played. Getting really upset with your friends when they took the power-up that you knew that they knew that you liked the most. Here we see the first indication of a baddie firing asteroids at us, as baddies are prone to do. Got me another shockwave. And I'm going to try and save it for a time of need this time, instead of just using it for demonstration purposes. Where's this asteroid coming from? As I say, I would probably do a bit better than I'm doing here if I had a keyboard and mouse, but that would also require some do what now to set up, if indeed it's possible at all. Now I've mentioned it twice, I feel I'm sort of obliged to see how complicated it is. I'm going to have a look at seeing if I can set up the controls to be keyboard and mouse. Okay, so I realise, of course, actually my keyboard is lacking a full. I've got a keyboard without the full axis arrows. There's a word that I should be able to reel off, but I can't. I think the game's telling me it does have keyboard controls. So let's see. Oh no. No. Okay, the arrows and the D-pad and like the ASD do the same thing. I don't seem to be able to recalibrate it, so perhaps adding some keyboard controls would be nice. I like being able to aim with the mouse and control my movement with directional keys or WASD on the keyboard with twin stick shooters. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I can't be the only one. But if they just work on the core gameplay and add, you know, more variety in the baddies, potentially early on. So I'm just going to use my shockwave, take that baddies. But you saw there was an indication of more variation in I took that on my chin. There's more of an indication that there will be perhaps more baddies than just rocks. If they go full on like alien spaceships, then I'll be on board. But mostly the thing I want is power up. Planetary power up, do what nows. Ooh, an extra life. Ah, I don't know what happens when I'm stuck on the outside of that. I imagine this might not be the best game for okay. Okay, so we'll call this a cheese run. This is literally just to check to see what the range of units is like. So I'll probably speed up through this one. I'll only stop it or edit it when I say something particularly insightful, which presumably will be every time I speak. I mean, I think this would have done pretty well when I was a kid. I think we'd have wasted a few 20p's in this. Let's get the mouse cursor off to the side. Again, it would be good if the mouse cursor was automatically hidden, if you can't even aim with it. I'd say having the mouse cursor on screen serves no purpose at all. Well, I am leveling up all over the place now I'm on easy. Perhaps this is what I should be doing in all my games. Perhaps that's my difficulty level these days. Well, is this a crash? What's going on? Ah! I'll be curious if that was my monitor. Oh no! I thought that there were two asteroids coming in from different directions then. That would have been a pickle. Well, the enemy satellites really are taking quite some time to turn up in easy. I mean, you know, I am tense. I think that's what people play these sorts of games for. Definitely would like some power-ups, other than just the same shockwave. I'm not noticing any variation in the firepower that I'm putting out. The main aim of the game does just seem to be about staying on top of the mounting. I don't know where it was coming from, but it doesn't matter because I must have killed it off screen. Okay, this is getting a bit more hectic. Might have been a bit of a waste, but I'm trying to read the text to see if there's any new enemy units being indicated that I'm unfamiliar with. So the blue ones are definitely travelling faster, I'll keep an eye out for them. Yellow seem to be quite sneaky. Keep on expecting when it levels up that the firepower will change and I'll get like 4 beams of fire. Let's clear everything. I'm beginning to appreciate the shockwaves more. No! Got me. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'd appreciate some power up to the spaceship just on a practical level. This is getting quite hectic. Oh gosh, that was an Alan Partridge voice. Ah, good. Take that, everything. Well, I'm enjoying this level of AZ. I've had an okay run or two. Oh no, on medium, but certainly there's a discernible difference. I think that the end. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I think the end is nigh, but then the end nigh'd itself. But if you like yourself some old school arcadey retro style fun, this is pretty good. I think it could be a lot better. It's only available on itch.io or whatever the site that sounds like some sort of contagious condition is. I'm going to have a look now to see if any of the things that I hope will be implemented are already being mentioned by the devs on their website /store page. So let's have a gander. Well, it's $4.99 US dollars, which seems perfectly reasonable. Defend your planet from incoming space debris. Yep. Blast asteroids. Yep. Avoid collisions. Somewhat. Use power-ups. I mean, that says plural, so I am assuming that there must be more to come. And they do seem to tout mouse and keyboard support, but perhaps that just needs to be patched. Or perhaps something's just buggy my side on the smaller keyboard. But I've got WASD, so one would have assumed that would be fine. Ah, they say the Xbox One controller is in development, and that's what I use. So any performance issues on my part, I'm going to assume is exclusively down to that. But yeah, throw in a few more power-ups and potentially a few different types of ships, maybe. Something to provide a bit more play diversity. And I think you'll have a glorious little time waster on your hands. But yeah, I'm being offered a few games here and there from a few different sources. Lord knows why when the channel's doing so badly, but it's all brilliant practice. So expect a few more Shittlebuss Forever videos here and there, but whenever I get anything for free, I will be sure to declare it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and like, subscribe, show your support by throwing all of your hard-earned money at my channel via the Patreon. And most importantly, if you can find a reason, however tenuous, share my stuff someplace. That said, toodle pip.